Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chinatown Service Center VITA the 6th lessons. Today we are talking about in and out of school. Okay. The first thing really important we need to talk about is the marry filing separately. Okay, this one is out of scope of VITA program, except one of the situation. What that is, very easy. If you have the legal document or the court document to prove you are registered for divorce, or you have the court document to prove you guys are legally separate. Except this true situation, we don't have any other information to help you for marry filing separately, because marry filing separately with on our form, everyone need to fill this form. You guys still will remember this one? Yeah, this form is 13614C form. Everyone need to fill this. And here about uh, about the marriage status. So either you never marry, you're married, divorced, or legally separately. Legally separate. So this one very important. The main point is legally. What legally means? Legally meaning you need to having a court document or the legal document to let us to file marry filing separately, and you need to provide your partner or your wife or your husband full name, the legal name, the social security card number, and their birthday. Without this information, we cannot do any marriage filing separately. At the same time, here is not CPA, so too complicated uh, status we cannot be do. For the California, in the law, they mention it's about property status, the community property status. Those property status you need a lot of information to separate how many percentage from your previous partner and how many percentage from you. So this is really complicated legal stuff. So too complicated we don't do. The VITA won't do those complicated things. So if you are legally separate, you must be have the legal document to prove you guys are separate, or one of the person who register for divorce. This one, in this situation, we could help you to file marry filing separately. Otherwise, we don't help people to find marry filing separate, because a lot of people come to us. They say, "Oh, I want to file marry filing separate," and then we asking, "What is your marriage status?" They say, "I'm married, but I want to separate to for filing tax." For if we are CPA or the accounting firm, they could doing this. But our Vita side, we don't take this risk, because we don't know any reason why you guys separate to fall, or why. And lots of the person, they say, "Oh, we have almost 30 years did not contact." Okay, that's why we would like to file marriage separate. Okay, if we are a CPA firm, the accounting firm, we can do it. But right now the problem is, right now uh, our site is called VITA. VITA doesn't allow us to do illegally separate. That meaning, if you don't have the court document or legal document, we don't do marriage filing separate, and we cannot do marriage filing separate. Okay? And other thing else you need to understand is another situation is a person would like to say, oh, my husband and my wife, I live in St. Gabriel, and my wife live in Montreal Park, and then we doesn't live together. Then they file marriage separate. Oh, sorry, this one we don't count. You are married filing separate. We count also married. Married filing separate is in uh, if you have legal document in the VITA site, we do. If you don't have the legal document, we don't. Okay? Really important things. Next thing is about illegal immigration. About illegal immigration, they need to pass the substantial percent test. What is this test? This test need to count like this. For example, you need to file 2022, and in the 2022, you need to stay in American over at least 31 days. They still count 31 days. And in the 2021, you live in the United States uh, at least some of the day. And how to count it? You need to count it when you arrive to American to stay in American the time. For example, I stay in American for 120 days. So in the 2021, we just count one of three 1/3 days of those you stay. So meaning if you stay for 120 days and 120 day uh over three, that meaning we just count you guys stay about 40 days on the 2021. So for the 2020, you need to stay in American in some of the date. For example, I stay in the uh, United States is 200 day, 200 day, but we only count one of six of your stay in American days. So over six, that meaning you already stay is we just count 33 days. 33 days plus 60 days plus 31 days. So you have 124 days stay uh, in the United States. So you cannot pass the substantial present test because you need to stay in United States in this 3 year at least 183 days. If you have if you stay in United States in this 3 year over 183 days, so we could count you as legal resident alien identification. But this one we count it, not meaning you officially have this identification. We just count you have this identification to foreign tax just for foreign tax purpose only doesn't mean anything. Okay, so if illegal immigration we still can take when they pass this test. If they didn't pass this test, sorry, we cannot take this client. Okay. Okay, scenario. If a couples live in United States, husband is U.S. citizen or resident alien, wife does not have legal identification, stay in U.S. In this situation, if the wife agree with, the husband could file marriage filing separate, then the wife should ask help from another CPA. Okay, scenario two. A couples live in United States would like to file marriage filing jointly. Husband is U.S. citizen resident alien. Wife does not have legal identification stay in US. In this situation, if the wife passed the substantial present test, like periods I counted for you, she can file tax as a resident alien. But this one just for tax purpose only. And next page, the scenario 3. If the wife does not pass substantial present test, substantial present test need to count the taxpayer stay in United States more than 183. This one I already mentioned before. Then if the wife doesn't pass the substantial present test, so both this couple should file worldwide tax as a alien, meaning both of the couples they need to file worldwide tax. So the upper three example must have either social security card or ITIN number to e-file. Our VITA site only take the scenario 2. The scenario 1 client we cannot take. That means that the marriage filing separately we cannot take. The three scenario, the third one scenario, except our volunteer had at least 2 volunteer pass the foreign scholar exam. If no one passed this exam or just one person passed this exam, we cannot take the person. We only can take the scenario 2. That meaning we count her wife as a uh, resident alien. Okay, the third one out of group is what that is. This one is W7. And lots of the people they will think our site is like the agency from IRS. Sorry, we are not the agency. We're just a person who take care of the VITA program. VITA program is doesn't mean we are the agent of the ITIN. Okay, so if the person holding the W7 form and they want to register for the ITIN number, so we cannot help. They need the taxpayer need to doing search on the IRS website to search any agent who can take care of the ITIN number. Next, so W9, W4 also is our scoop. Why? Because W9 and W4, that is the form they submit to the employer. We are not hiring any person for in the tax season, and we are not HR. We don't hire any person. So if the person give us W9 or W4, sorry, we cannot do anything else because W9 and W4 doesn't show their income. We need to see their income to make it, and this W9 and W4 is only submit to their employer, not the tax preparer. Okay. And W9, what is W9? W9 is a form the employee need to fill. After they fill, they need to give to their employer. And the employer will be transferred to the accountant. The accountant will be count the total income what they get from the previous year. And they will issue the form. It's called 1099. And if the person they fill out the form is W4, W4 after they fill it, give it to their employer, and the employer will be give to their own CPA to make a W2 form beginning of the tax year or the end of the year. They will issue the W2 form. So that meaning the only form they can file in tax is W2 form or 1099 form, not W9, not W4, not W7. Okay, for the Schedule K1. For the Schedule K1, in scope is we only can file for the income. They have the income gain. We can file on the Schedule K1 form. But other number, if they lost